Selenium 4 provides 5 relative locators to find an element or elements located above, below, near, to the left of, and to right of another element. In this session, we will use Test Project's website. It's a free end-to-end test automation platform for web, mobile, and API. If you're interested in more videos, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell icon. Also, connect with me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and follow me on Twitter. Lately, I have been slow creating my transcripts, but I will make sure to place them on GitHub. Okay, let's go ahead and get straight to the point. Relative locators were formerly called friendly locators. The test-ng configuration methods, before method and after method, are pre-written. Before method will set up our test, and after method will tear down our test. Our test script is test relative locator below. It will find the sign in button, then click the forgot password link below the sign in button. Let's inspect the sign in button. And we see the value for ID is TP-sign-in. Inspect the forgot password link. And we see the value for the tag name is A. A is for hyperlink. That's all we need to click the forgot password link. There are two ways to write a relative locator. We start by writing driver dot find element relative locator with tag name. And the other way is to bypass writing relative locator and start by using with tag name. Import with tag name. However, there's a difference with the import statements. The import statement with tag name, without writing relative locator, we import the package with static. If you want to use the other way with relative locator dot with tag name, is the other package without static. By default, Eclipse does not import the static package. The tag name for forgot password is A. So we write A dot. Here's a list of our relative locators. I want you to notice something. Each locator is overloaded with more than one option. Above has a by locator parameter and a WebElements parameter. The same with below. By locator, WebElements. Near is the only locator with 4 options. By locator, WebElements, by locator int at most distance in pixels, and WebElements int at most distance in pixels. To left of has a by locator and WebElements. The same with to right of, by locator and WebElements. Right now, we are trying to find the forgot password link, which has a tag name of A and located below the sign in button. So we select below with the by locator parameter. We write the locator for the sign in button by dot ID. The value by in lowercase, the value is TP-sign-in. And let me correct this because it is a class. Bingo. There we go. Now, We can also do one more thing after entering the value for ID. When it comes to a link, forgot password, next is to click the password link. If you wanted to, you can also use WebElements by writing WebElements sign in button, driver.findElement bar.id, and the value will be the same we entered for this statement right here, tp-sign-in. Next, we pass in sign in button, replace it, and that's it. Either way is okay. Now we have the forgot password link and we're clicking the password link. Next, let's go ahead and see if we actually land on the next page. So what we're going to do is go back to the AUT and we're going to click the forgot password link. And to verify that we landed on the forgot password, we're going to inspect reset password. And we see that it has an ID value of TP title. Now, if we wanted to, we can also use an assert statement, but I want to make sure that a statement is printed to the console. Relative locators are good for dynamic elements. A dynamic element are elements that have an attribute value like TP title that changes every time. But in this case, the value is not dynamic, but it's good for dynamic values because if the value changes and the tag name remains the same, that's a good reason to use relative locators. So we have the value and we're going to place it in a string and we're going to call it string title equals driver dot find element by ID value TP hyphen title. Then we're going to get the text and we're going to print the value title and we're going to append it. That's it. Let's run. We see pass. Now let's check and see if our bingo title equals reset password. That's it for relative locators. We click the forgot password link below the sign in button. And I see you in the next session. Thank you for watching. In this session, we will look at the benefits of using more than one relative locator. I mentioned in the previous session that relative locators are good for dynamic elements. Here's an example of a dynamic element that I covered in my XPath video 87, talking about why we should never copy XPath values. There are two ID values. On the left, the value ends with 37, and on the right, the value ends with 49. In this screenshot, the arrow is pointing to the most recent ID value that ends with 49. The value changed, but the tag name remained at P for paragraph. We can include relative locators to the other locators such as XPath and CSS selectors for finding dynamic values. For this session, let's use the same sign-in page as the previous session, but this time get the text of remember me, which is above the sign in button and to the right of the checkbox. Let's inspect the checkbox. And the ID value is remember me. We also need the tag name of the remember me verbiage. So let's inspect it, and the tag name is span. We're going back to IntelliJ, and I need to copy the element for the sign in button and paste it in our new test script. We also need to go ahead and get the value for the remember me checkbox. So I'm going to write web element remember me check box equals driver dot find element by ID, and the value was remember me. Now let's find the remember me text by writing web element remember me text equal to driver dot find element, and since we are going to use a relative locator, we add with tag name. The value of the tag name was span. Add the dot, and the verbiage was located above the sign in button. Let's go ahead and print the verbiage by writing S out text equal to remember me text. Then we're going to get the text using a Selenium method. Let's run. We see text is blank. Why is it blank? It's blank because the checkbox and text are both located above the sign in button. Our test script found the checkbox. Inspect the checkbox again. And we see it also has a span tag, just like the remember me text. The checkbox was selected for the relative locator because it's the first span tag. Recall that find element finds the first web element, so that's why checkbox was selected. In this scenario, we need to use multiple relative locators because it's more accurate than only using one relative locator. Remove the semicolon and add the dot, and the text was located above the sign in button and to the right of the remember me checkbox. Now let's run again and see what happens. Now, text has a value equal to remember me and it passed. Next, let's find a list of web elements. Let's get the URL for our next test script. I'm going to copy HTTPS add-ons testproject.io, and I'm going to paste it. And this here will take us to the add-ons page. On this add-ons page, we're going to get the names of each platform. If I inspect each icon, the tag name is IMG, and the names are located in alt attribute. We see platform web. I'm going to inspect the next icon, and it shows platform Android. The third icon is platform iOS. They are located to the right of this text box. Inspect this text box, and the value for ID is Q. To find a list of elements using a relative locator, we start by writing list web element, and the name will be all platforms equal to driver dot find elements. Find elements with an S finds all of the elements with tag name with the value of IMG. To the right of the text box is ID value Q. Here's the logic. We must loop through each image, then print the name. So I'm going to write a for loop for each loop, which is an enhanced loop. And I'm going to write web element platform. And the name is all platforms. That's it. Now let's go ahead and print S out. Platform dot get attribute. Not get text, but get attribute. There it is. And inside the quotation, I'm going to write ALT, which is the attribute. Remember, the names were located in the alt attribute, so that's why I wrote get attribute and not get text. I created a video that explains the difference between get attribute and get text. If you want to check it out, you can go to video, I'll put it in the description. I'm not sure exactly the number, but let's go ahead and run. Bingo, we see all of the platform names: platform web, platform Android, and platform iOS, and it passed. That's it for using more than one relative locator to find a web element, and how to use a relative locator to find a list of web elements. I have more videos on the way. You can like, subscribe, and click the bell icon. Plus, connect with me on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.
All Part 1 ebooks and PDF documents are free. Programming books for UFT. Programming books for Java. Here's the Selenium automation book. And TestNG. Subscribe to get notification of future videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.